Hey guys, what's up? It's X back with another great video. I know it's been a minute. I had a very long hiatus. Schedule was crazy, man. Things have just been kind of crazy around here, so I haven't really had an opportunity or chance to keep up with my videos. I just want to first of all apologize and say thanks, man, for everybody that stuck around. I know it's been a while. I dropped the ball again. Schedule went crazy. Had some other things going on in life, especially with the whole pandemic thing. So things have changed around here a little bit. Again, many thanks for everybody that stuck around. Today, I'm back. I'm back with another video. We're gonna be going over Retro Cup, and what I'm gonna show you is just about 5 matches in my first set. This was like the first day that Retro Cup came out. And we're not gonna talk a lot about what I'm running. As you can see, I got Alolan Marowak, Vigoroth, Altaria. All my players out there who are heavy into PvP are very familiar with these guys. I double moved every single one of them. I will say Altaria doesn't have the best stat. I think Altaria and Vigoroth don't have the top tier PvP stats. Marowak is a rank 38. So I'm actually very proud of that one. Very proud of it. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into these videos. I just want to say again, like, this is the first time it came out. I did have a nice first set, so I think everybody was still trying to figure out their Pokemon to use. And I think I took advantage of that, because with these sets I think I went 4 out of 1. But we're gonna go and jump into these videos. Please, in the comment section, if you guys can let me know what you guys think of the sets. If you guys have any alternatives to my teams that you recommend. I'm hoping to drop another video here shortly, probably sometime next week, with another team that I got rolling out that I've been wanting to try. So let me know down in the comment section. Here we go. So we got, alright, so I got Marowak, come out with Marowak, and a bomb. So right off the bat, I have a great lead. I am looking for this guy to immediately switch out, and it looks like he's going to stay in a little bit. And oh wow, he's staying a lot longer than I thought he would. I really don't see any reason to shield this. For those of you who are pretty adept at PvP, I'm probably counting his moves as well. That's something I need to get better at. I definitely need to get better at counting moves. Sometimes I kind of lose myself. I lose my train of thought, and I just get caught up on trying to battle and when to shield and when not to shield, and so forth and so on. But this match was pretty easy. He comes out with Swampert. I immediately swap out because that's a very bad matchup for me. And he comes into his Hypno. I would have loved to have. I probably should have. In hindsight, I think this was a bad play. I think Vigoroth coming into that Swampert would have been a better play, because Altaria actually, I feel like, would handle both Swampert and this Hypno. But in the end, I think we are still looking good. So we're probably gonna take this. I won't shield. Yeah, it was a bait. Yeah, he's trying to bait me. And I get off another Sky Attack. Great. Again, I think what I can do, and you guys can let me know in the comment section, is probably do a better job of counting, because I know for a Confusion's Hypno, it takes about 5 to get to his Elemental Punches, and then 6 to Shadow Ball, or maybe it's 4 to the punches and then 5 to Shadow Ball. I'm gonna go into my Marowak, and I mean, this match is this is GG's here. Even if he takes out my Marowak, I don't feel too bad about 2 shield advantage with the Vigoroth. He's just so spammy with his Body Slam. Does very good counter damage. I'm not worried about in this game so far. And I even got to take out his Hypno. Yeah. I don't know what my opponent was thinking there. He was running a triple Shadow team, which could, I guess, if I had the particular lineup, that could have been a nightmare for me. But the good thing is I was able to win that first matchup. I think was key in this matchup, and that's kind of what led to my opponent's downfall. So we're gonna go to match 2. same thing. And let's see what we got here. As you can see, when I win the lead, I think I need to do a better job of switching out. So right now, I am looking in bad shape. This is a very bad matchup, very bad lead for me. We got a Hex, Jellicent. Yeah, and I get out of there. I wanted to just kind of farm up a little bit of energy, and then I get into my Vigoroth. I don't want to go with Altaria because Jellicent, depending on the variations that they run, he could, yeah, and this was running Ice Beam. So yeah, I would have totally had to have shielded, and so right now I'm just looking to do chip damage. I'm gonna sack my Vigoroth, try to get as much damage in on this Hypno with my Vigoroth, and I think I'm going to switch in with Marowak. So I think he was at 3 confusions. I lost count. Probably should have been counting there. So he's looking to farm up energy too. So I was able to get a shield, which is great, and I got him halfway on his energy. I like that. I think I'm gonna go in with my Marowak. So I'm letting I'm letting that switch timer, milking it as much as I can, so that way when I go, or the timer right there was asking to select Pokemon, to go milk it as much as I can so that I can have a switch timer reset. That way I can switch out if I need to. And it looks like my opponent did a good job of baiting me the first one, and he hit me with a Shadow Ball on the second one. So that's the downside to having a regular Hypno. I believe a Shadow Hypno probably could have one-shot me there. And I was going for the shield bait. I probably shouldn't have. So this one's still kind of up in the air. It can go either way. He's down to 2. Now he's got a Jellicent. And I think he's gonna be running. Oh, and I surrender. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't looking too good to me. Jellicent running Ice Beam with Hex. I think he had farmed up, so that, yeah, I can see why I gave good games to my opponent. Alrighty, match 3. So far, match 1 was a success. Match 2, had to retire early. I think I got a little lost in counting the moves, and I just gave it up. So we got a Medicham versus my Marowak. This matchup is I'll have to look up the PvP, but switches into a Frost. I think my opponent did a misplay there. I don't know that you want to go in with Frostlass with a 2 shield scenario, like, unless he's hoping that and then he didn't shield. Ooh, it's not looking good for my opponent. I think my opponent, yeah, I definitely think that was a misplay. He brought in he came in with Frostlass against my Marowak. If anything, you want 0 shields. You want your all shields down to bring in Frostlass in against Marowak. I think you definitely get to Shadow Ball before I do. I think it takes 6 for fire. Well, yeah, you don't. I don't know why he brought in Frostlass, but we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next video. So as you can see, like I said, as I explained earlier, I do believe this was like when Retro Cup first got out, and I'm still in the 22, so I think a lot of people we're just testing out their teams, trying to see what's the best lineup. And even this one, after that first day, I have started to realize that this may not have been the best matchup for me as well. I'll get that a little bit later on in the video, but here we got Altaria. So my opponent lets it go. I don't really like Altaria against Marowak matchup because Fire Spin's not doing too much. Is doing reduced damage. The reason I brought in Vigoroth is because he's a neutral. He's very neutral. If his opponent brought out a fighting type, great. I'll have my Altaria to back it up, and I bring out his Frostlass. Again, I don't think this was a good play on my opponent, unless that was like his only other Pokemon he could use to swap in. I really would have stayed with Altaria. But we'll see how this goes. So he's probably going to hit me with Avalanche, which is fine. I will sack my Vigoroth, and I'll bring in my Marowak. And I will gladly farm this Frostless down, because I do not want this guy lining up with my Altaria. So we're milking that timer there. Yeah, see, I don't... And I don't know. I guess I didn't want to waste the shield, and that's why I was going for Shadow Ball immediately. Shadow Bone. And Avalanche. I think I'm even okay with... Because he kind of baited me with that. Oh, okay. So good thing that tap for that Shadow Bone... I don't know if you guys saw that, but that tap for that Shadow Bone didn't go through, because I definitely didn't want to waste potential energy that I was farming up. Let's see what our opponent brings out. And he brings out that Altaria. So I do have energy saved, and I'm gonna want to save as much of that I can. I immediately swap into Altaria, thinking that and he comes out with a Cresselia, very tanky. So the win condition here is definitely gonna be my Marowak. I can farm down that Frostlass, and I have Shadow Bone to combat this Cresselia, with Fire Spin doing neutral damage. So I am looking good, even if this Move Blast doesn't even take me out. So yeah, I think I'm... Well, no, I don't have a shield. I just realized I don't have a shield. So I'm hoping this shield... my opponent uses the shield, burns the shield on the Sky Attack, which he doesn't. Oh, wow. I don't think Sky Attack is enough to one-shot me here. But, is it? Because if that Fire Spin goes through, I might have won. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And that's good games. Let's go into our last matchup. So far, I have, 3 out of 1? And I could have had... I was this close to having 5 out of 5. If I had paid attention on that second matchup. Ooh, really great matchup. That's a beautiful looking Superior, by the way. I love shiny Superior. Bad matchup for my opponent, and he immediately comes with Altaria, giving me the opportunity. So usually what I like to do before I swap in my Altaria is I like to chip damage theirs a little bit, even throwing Shadow Bone, because I feel like it's just like a race to your charge move. Because if I let the Sky Attack go through, he probably brings me down to maybe halfway or a little bit less than halfway. But it's basically a race to the end when it's Altaria, when it's a mirror matchup. And I shielded it because I'm way ahead, and I don't know. It's very hard to count Dragon Breath, and I did not think he had enough for 2. So I gotta let this one go. No way I'm gonna sacrifice 2 shields. I think I did. I think I shielded the first one, obviously thinking that it could have also been Dragon Pulse, which would have done super effective damage. I don't know if that would have been able. I don't know if it would have been able to one-shot me. This Politoed is gonna be bad news for my Marowak. Although did he shield that first Sky Attack? I think he did. Yeah, okay, great. So we're even on shields. So this is perfect for me for winning that second matchup, because I win switch advantage. So I'm gonna bring in my Vigoroth, who's gonna have a neutral matchup against this Politoed. Even though I might lose, I think Politoed actually wins out because he's just so spammy. He gets to his Weather Ball so fast. I'm gonna go ahead and use Body Slam, trying to get off and Body Slam does very, very good neutral heavy damage. So I'm happy with that. And he brings out the Superior. I'm gonna line up my Marowak with that Superior all day. I will take that. I mean, unless I screw this up tremendously, I don't see how I lose. So he hits me with the Frenzy Plant. Very good move for Superior. He's either gonna save this shield for his Politoed or use it, and I think he's gonna save it for his Politoed. And I mean, if I use it now, I'm pretty much guaranteed. And he went for a shield bait. Nice. So again, yeah, a lot of these matchups I feel like my opponents were just feeling out their teams, not necessarily having anything in particularly great. Nobody had anything figured out. I know a lot of people in Discord try to practice matchups and get those teams in, try to figure out which one's going to be the best lineup. Maybe if I was in a higher rank, I'd encounter those guys, but I don't think my opponents were too prepared for it. As you can see, I think we had a few Polytoads. So that's it from my first set in the Retro Cup. I ended up running 4 out of 1, which was perfect. It was great. And as you can see, Marowak, Vigoroth, Altaria have their advantages. They also have their disadvantages. Like I was mentioning earlier, thanks to a buddy of mine, I did some practice matches after I ran this set, and I realized had I run into a Drifblim, this team is toast. Vigoroth is pretty much walled. Altaria has to worry about that Icy Wind, and with Hex, it can get to Icy Wind pretty quick. And same thing with Marowak. Unless it was a Hex Marowak, maybe it gets a little interesting. I'll have to look up what the battle simulations look like on that. But that is it for today's video, folks. Again, in the comment section, guys, let me know what you think about my team. If you can see anything that can definitely wall this. Like I said, Drifblim, I feel like is going to wall this team hard. And let me know if you guys ever want to maybe shoot a video with me. We can do coordinate some matches, record them. I can post them in my video. I just want to say thanks, guys. Thanks for joining in. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and have a great day. Peace.